So we're good.
Great.
My name's Jeff.
Great to meet you, Jeff.
I guess I can't shake your hand.
Mitch, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
You said Mitch?
Mitch, yeah.
Okay. What do you think happens after this life, Mitch?
I'm not much of a believer myself. I think we kind of go back to the earth, and our matter is sort of rejuvenated and comes back in another way. So I don't know that I believe in certain.
So definitely you believe our body dies and just like disintegrates, which I think is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
As far as like something going on from that, like a soul or a spirit, you're saying you don't really necessarily believe in that?
I feel like I do. I can feel that is something that happens, that, your spirit can't live on. I feel like I can feel, family members or whoever.
Yeah.
Sometimes, looking over you, one form or another. But, I guess I don't really know exactly. Quite figured that out for myself yet. But yeah, I think it, the physical form kind of decomposes, but
yeah. I love these conversations because they get me thinking. This is something I thought of for the first time, is that, and my observation is that most people, if they have had some kind of a supernatural experience or something, it's usually with a family member, and it's usually pretty close to their passing, or maybe even on an anniversary of it or something. And I'm wondering if maybe, like, if there is any kind of existence for even a short time of their spirit, why wouldn't it exist for a long time? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just maybe even that, because as a Christian, I don't believe in ghosts, or I don't believe in things outside of. I do believe in a spiritual realm, but it just makes me think that maybe God allows that to happen so that people who are skeptical will realize there is a spiritual realm,
Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, it's just kind of like a feeling you get, It's sort of, I don't know, something you can't put your finger on. I guess that's sort of what makes you try to give it meaning. But
and if you're anything like me, I don't know, like, I've had those feelings, but when I try to explain them to other people, they'd be like, it just you can't explain it in a way that's convincing to others. It's just convincing to yourself.
Yeah. Sure.
So, now, do you believe in God or a higher power?
I think that there is some form of God.
Yeah.
I don't, but yeah, that's another thing that I'm still kind of trying to figure out.
Yeah. And did you come from a religious family or background?
No, I was not. I come from a Catholic family, but really wasn't practiced much in the household.
Yeah.
So I kind of was left to my own devices.
Yeah.
And still figuring that out for myself.
Would you say that you're actively like pursuing knowing more within or outside of Catholicism, or
not particularly? Yeah, I don't know. It's never something that I've really, really gone for. I've never, I should say, pursued much on my own. But I guess I've never really felt the need to. I guess.
You what?
I've never really felt like a need, or
a need.
Something drug me to it, I guess.
Yeah. I find that we get very caught up in this life, whether it's the problems we face or the entertainment we distract ourselves with, or that distracts us, I guess I should say. But one thing I like to try to so I'm a Christian. I believe there's a life after death, and that that God is our judge, and there's a heaven and a hell that the Bible's real clear about. But even just on a very basic level, if there is a life after this one, we're going to spend a lot more time there than here, in the context of eternity. I've had near-death experiences where it's like, well, the one that I'm thinking of, I almost got a tree landing on me.
Oh, wow.
But I remember thinking, wow, that was quick. Like my life, that's it.
Yeah.
and I really believe that when my end does come, if it's like in a fast incident like that,
Right.
it's just going to be like this life is going to be like a flash,
Sure, yeah.
even though it seems like we're living a long time, but in
Yeah.
the context of eternity, it's going to be like that. And then what? We're always planning for the future in our life. What are we going to do in 5 years? Well, what are we going to do in 500 years?
Sure, yeah.
Where will we be?
Right.
So I want to encourage you to think about that. Just look at
Yeah.
eternity from the standpoint of preparation and what am I going to do there, and
Right, yeah.
and what's it going to be like. Do you read the Bible, or have you read the Bible at all?
I have, a little bit in my youth, but I just never quite found anything that spoke directly to me there.
Yeah. What would you say would be the main reason you haven't been interested much, or is it just neglect or a purposeful avoidance, or?
No, I wouldn't say purposeful.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I've always been sort of a skeptic in many respects. I've always kind of raised more on the science end of things, I guess. And, that's not to denigrate any. I think that there's a lot I appreciate. In a lot of respect, I envy even the comfort that people can find in their faith. But that's, like I said, that's just not something that's ever really been drawn to.
Yeah, I want to encourage you to do you have kids?
I don't. No.
Think you'll ever have kids?
Maybe someday. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. The reason I ask is a lot of times we think, well, it's just an individual choice. It only affects me. But really, if you have kids in your future, or anyone that you influence, our beliefs about God and eternity affect a lot more people than ourselves. So I try to get people to think about that. So, and I don't know if if you've ever tried to read the Bible, but I know it's a huge book. I try to encourage people to say, read a little bit, read the parts that you can relate to.
Sure, yeah.
It's actually a library of books, so you don't have to start at the beginning, and read it like a novel and feel like a failure if you don't read it all the way through.
Right,
it's more like, let's read the parts that we can relate to, and then go from there, So I think of it as God's daily, like we need bread. It's referred to as our daily bread, like we need sustenance. I need a dose of Bible truth, every day, not a whole lot all at once, but a little bit every day, just like I need a little food every day. I don't need a big Thanksgiving meal,
Sure. Yeah.
So it's kind of a good habit to get into, and
Well, I will. I'll definitely. That's something to consider.
All right, I appreciate your openness. So,
Of course.
I'll give you the information to find out where this will be, or I'll post it.